Alright, guys, so The Disaster Artist comes out the end of the week. So, let's talk about The Room. So, basically, what The Room is about, if you don't know, which you probably do. I mean, being completely honest, I think everyone knows what The Room is at this point, but basically, a successful banker's fiance tempts and manipulates his best friend. That's about it. So, Tommy Wiseau, as Johnny, is actually not a terrible actor. Now, he's not great by any means, but he gets across what he wants to get across very effectively. I mean, he's he's very likable. He's a likable character. The writing for him isn't that good, but just he's just a likable guy. He means well. He's very nice. I mean, he never actually does anything bad in the movie, so you like him, and he's kind of charismatic because everybody loves Tommy Wiseau at this point. And he actually does a good job at selling some of the more emotional scenes. And part of what makes him so interesting is that Tommy Wiseau himself is an enigma. No one really knows that much about him, and he's so interesting. And I just love Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau is the best. Juliette Danielle as Lisa, though, is just bad. She is a very bad actress, and her character is so unlikable, and you just hate her, but it's hard for you to even care about hating her because her acting is very bland, and bland acting can sometimes be good. Like, there are some actors who, even when their performance is pretty bland, they still give a good-ish performance. This is a bad performance and very bland. So you don't even care about hating her because it's like who why would you even care? Greg Sestero as Mark is kind of the middle of the road. Alright, so there are some scenes in this movie where his acting is really good. Actually, like, on par with what you would consider in, like, a blockbuster movie or just a big Hollywood movie to be a decent actor. And there are other scenes where he is downright awful. Like, just terrible. So there's this kind of middle of the road thing. So, like, in one scene he's in, you could actually be like, "Oh, that's actually a pretty good performance. I get where he's coming from, and he, as a character, good." And then there are other scenes where it's like, "Oh my god, was that like the first take? Was that the rehearsal?" But yeah. So obviously this movie has a reputation. And you may be wondering, why wasn't this a funny bad review? This is like the ultimate funny bad review right here. Well, it was gonna be. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, I have a lot of serious thoughts on this movie and I actually want to do a serious review. Now, we might end up doing a funny bad review also. This might be one of the few movies we actually do like a serious review and a funny bad review of. That's like an older movie that isn't like a new movie, but yeah. I really wanted to get across some actual serious points on this movie. So, that's what we're going to do. So this movie as a whole is actually alright. It's bad. It's really bad. The script is bad. The acting is bad. But the production value, the actual story, a little bit of the acting is pretty good, actually. I mean, the movie is also very entertaining. So, I mean, it's alright. Like, it's definitely, as like a movie, on a technical level, it's good. It's just that the things that are in there are bad. but they come together in such a weird way that it makes the movie great. Now, obviously, this movie isn't a comedy, intentionally, anyways, but this movie was meant to be serious and taken seriously, and that is kind of the biggest point I wanted to touch on that I felt like would have been a little too serious for a Funny Bad review, is that I kind of feel bad for Tommy Wiseau. He poured his heart and soul into this movie just for millions of people to tear it down and laugh at it and poke fun at it and even him. Now, to be fair, he's been a good sport about it. He's been a great sport about it. But I can't help but think that on some level, it still kind of kills him inside. And I do feel bad for him because I know what it's like to really kind of pour your heart and soul into something. Now, I haven't had anything that actually ended up becoming a tangible project, but I have worked on scripts for things before that I wanted to work on, and I've been like, this is actually really great, and I put so much effort into this, and I really want to make it, and then it just didn't end up getting made. This ended up getting made, and he poured his heart and soul into this, and then he just was like, this is my movie. This is my masterpiece. This is what I put years of work into, $6 million that we still don't know where that came from. But, and then people are just like, oh my god, this movie is the worst thing ever. This is just terrible. This guy, is he like retarded or something? These people, it's like, I think that's a little too far. Like, yeah, acknowledging it's a bad movie, and I mean, poking fun at it, it's fine, but I think that's about the extent it should be, is actually just like poking fun at the movie itself. I think poking fun at Tommy Wiseau himself as a person is just bad. I mean, like, bullying is just a bad thing. Don't bully people. Yeah, he's a little weird. He's very eccentric. And yeah, I don't know what's up with the accent either, but you know what? I still love Tommy Wiseau. And yeah, I imitate him and quote the movie all the time and poke fun, but I do it like in fun, not in a mean-spirited way. So, yeah. But this movie is inspiring though. And that is not something you'll hear very often about this movie. This movie proves that even when Hollywood and just everyone else rejects you, just make your own movie, and for better or worse, you can still achieve a level of success. I mean, seriously, I don't think Tommy was hoping that this movie would get the kind of cult following that it did. But I also don't think he's unhappy that so many people, myself included, enjoy his movie for a multitude of reasons. And I can look at this movie and yeah, there's the jokes, there's the spoons, the oh hi Mark, all that stuff. But at the same time, I look at the movie and I'm like, this is proof that you can make it on your own. You don't need to get a big Hollywood budget to be able to make it and be successful. All you have to do is get your friends to come in and just be like, hey, we're gonna make a movie, and then just do it. And that's what I love about this movie in particular. I mean, it's nowhere near perfect. Critically speaking, this movie would probably get a score somewhere in the D range. But because of this awkward blend of the perfect storm of bad things that are done so good, and then a little bit of actual good and enjoyable things put together with a just really weird guy whose acting and just personal life in general is a bit of an enigma. There's no way I cannot give this movie an A+. This is one of the best movies ever made, but it's one of the worst movies ever made too. It's a terrible movie, but it's done in such a good way. Get it? Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on The Room, my serious, in-depth, analytical thoughts on The Room, and a little PSA about bullying in there, too. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of The Room, and what's your favorite quote from the movie. Let me know in the comments. Check out the link in the description to our Patreon page. Make a contribution if you would like. Highly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.